Greetings, Divine Radiance. How are you today? Welcome to Wednesday Live and Power Hour with me, Nahkila Isha of AshworthScott Life Sculpting. I am a divine interpreter, interpreting messages and methods from the divine that empower you to create and live an abundant life. So if you are excited about today's Empower Hour, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up and comment and let me know. I am about to look at the comments because you guys are on already. So welcome. Thank you. Hey, Alata. Thank you so much for being on. Hi, my beautiful Aunt Rachel. Hey, Diamond. Let's see who else is on. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Denise. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Glad. Hi, my beautiful Aunt Linda. Hi, Shanna. So literally, you guys, I got on a little bit early and uploaded the little thumbnail picture. And then my brother called me, right? And I thought it was my god brother. And I picked up the phone like, you always call me at the wrong time, because I literally was about to go live. And I realized it was my biological younger brother who's in prison. And those of you that have been following, you know, we went through a period where we just weren't speaking, and it was like breaking my heart to not be speaking, but we've just kind of picked up like nothing has happened. And so I'm like, call me back. You know, I'm so grateful that now the way it's set up is where, you know, before, if you called someone, you guys could talk for 5 seconds and your whole time was taken for that call. You know, they charged you for a full call. Now they don't do that. So I'm grateful to be in communication with my brother. He's 8 years younger than me. And from the time he was born, he was like my baby, you know, and even as an adult, I still feel like he's one of my kids. So that was a highlight, but I made it on time. I was like, call me at 3:15. Gotta go. Love you. Bye. And then before I got on, you know, I connected with my guides and took some deep breaths because his energy had me all up in here. So yeah. Hey, Tia Lynn, how are you? How are you? Welcome. So how is everyone doing today? Are you guys feeling pretty good? You know, there's been a collective energy going on of shifting. And I know over in RIM, everything that I've been receiving as far as feedback, it's been affecting everyone differently. You guys know I've been sharing with you how I've been sleeping like I'm an infant that just started sleeping through the whole night, you know, still sleeping in the day, but now sleeping through the night. It's amazing, but it's weird. It's not familiar, but I'm rolling with it. Okay. So who was the first one on today so I can pull your personal card? Who was first? If someone can comment and let me know who was first, that would be awesome. Let's see. Oh, Alata, you never knew that Isis LLC was Diamond? That's her company name. Okay, Alata was first. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, let's see which deck for Alata. Okay. All right, so Alatha, Spirit just told me to pull from the Romance Angels deck, and we're going to see if it ties into love or if it ties into you and your self-love, but it doesn't surprise me based on the most recent general reading. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay, what is the meaning here? Okay. What Spirit is telling me to tell you is it's time for you to stop believing that the other shoe will drop and that all men are the same. And as I say that, I know that the belief that all men are the same may not be a full conscious belief, but there is a part of you where there is some cleansing around the behaviors of men, how they show up in relationships, how they treat women, that you're being called to cleanse, right? That you're being called to cleanse because in your spiritual and logical mind, you know that you can create anything, including the ideal partner. You know that you can attract them to you. However, and I'm hearing it's not just in relationships like significant other, it's also in other relationships. You know, there's that inkling of like, can this person be trusted? And as I said, person, you see, I kind of paused because what I was saying, can this man be trusted? It's something that spirit is saying based on experiences. There's residue there where your unconscious self is being called to catch up with your spiritual and your conscious self. So literally, I was telling you on Messenger before Empower Hour how I was sleeping. I went to sleep to a guided meditation and I saw a native guide cleansing me and I could feel myself being cleansed, but I often call on my guides to help me to release things that I'm consciously and unconsciously aware of that may be hindering me. So, what I'd like to encourage you to do is to do the same. Call in your guides to help you with that cleansing of that final debris that's there so that your unconscious self can be all caught up. Also, Jillian, our sister in light, is a shaman and she does some amazing healing with helping you to remove those things. So meditate on that and see if scheduling a session with her would be something that you're being called to do. But this is hindering you. It's holding you. I heard both back and up, back first and up. So it's time for you to really cleanse all of this. You're doing great with your mental and emotional self, but spirit is saying there's still residue. I just heard clean it up. This will help you soar. So that was your personal message. Let's see. Let me know how that resonated. And let's see what you guys are saying. Oh, a lot to say. We communicate on here the entire time. Well, oh, Lord. And you said it with the D. You didn't say it with the T. So I'm going to read it like you. Oh, Lord. Hi, Maria. Welcome. Welcome. Hi, Gloria. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Diamond Green. Good to see you. Hi, Rising Phoenix. You said, hi, all, just getting here. Sorry, I'm under the dryer, but had to tune in. No sorries necessary. We're glad you're here. How you're here, it doesn't matter as long as you're here. So let's go ahead and start with our breathing, you guys. And before we do, I like to let you know, I did set alarms because of the fact that now that I'm on the East Coast with that time zone, and we're still in the guest suite, we're not moved into our place yet. So my son doesn't take a school bus. I take him and pick him up. So I set an alarm to let me know when our Empower Hour is done. And I will be doing the mini readings, the $20 mini readings as well for about 20 minutes after. So if you're interested, let me know because I'll only have time to do about 4. So let me know, in advance so I know who's going to do it and how long to stay on. Okay. Just so you guys know, last week I was late picking him up because the time just got away from me because I was having so much fun with you guys. So, but this isn't permanent. We are going to be in our place soon. And when we are, he'll be taking the bus home. So we'll have our time together like usual. Okay. So let's just go ahead and start with our breathing. And what I'd like you to do for those of you that are new, what we do is we inhale slow and deep through our nose and we visualize and feel ourselves breathing in love and light. And then we exhale slowly out through our mouth, releasing all that's no longer serving us. If it's something specific that you're choosing to release, you can focus on that. Or you can keep it general as just, everything that does not serve me. Okay, so let's go ahead and close your eyes. And as you're breathing, I'm going to be sending Reiki to your heart chakra and your solar plexus. So go ahead and inhale slow and deep through your nose, love and light. And exhale, releasing through your mouth all that's no longer serving you. And as you continue to breathe, I call on highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, and ascended masters. I thank you for using me as a vessel of highest light and love. I thank you for delivering the message to me today that is called to serve those I'm called to serve. May their hearts, their minds, and their spirits be open to receive. I thank you, and so it is. So just continue to breathe, inhaling that love and light and releasing all that no longer serves you. And I'd like you to focus on your crown chakra located at the top of your head and just give yourself permission to allow your crown chakra to open. Opening your crown chakra now, feeling that divine loving energy flowing in from the cosmos through your crown, feeling that energy traveling down to your third eye and extending out to your ear chakras, traveling down to your throat and your heart, down to your solar plexus and your sacral, down to your root, and traveling down your thighs into your knees and your legs, your ankles and your feet, and just feeling that divine energy bursting out of your souls, traveling down into the core of Mother Earth, connecting you to Mother Earth's heartbeat, feeling her energy as it pours in through those roots, up through your souls, traveling up to your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, up to your third eye and extending out to your ear chakras and up and out your crown. And just allow the divine energy of Mother Earth and the divine energy of the highest source of light and love to dance together. And allow that energy to circulate back down into your crown, filling your entire cellular being, loosening and releasing all that's no longer serving you. And together, let's set the intention that with every inhale throughout the rest of your day, you'll breathe in that love and light and that healing energy. And with every exhale throughout the rest of your day, you will release what no longer serves you. And so it is. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. And if you feel better now or more relaxed than you did before, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up and let me know how you're feeling. Let's see what you all are saying. Olata said, I'll definitely reach out to Jillian for guidance. I believe I understand the message. Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I just heard, don't let it hinder or affect you any longer. Okay, so let's see what the message is today for us. Just that one. Spirit is not wasting any time. Ooh. Okay. Oh, this is pretty awesome. I'm going to show it to you guys in a second. Okay. And then the middle. Which side? Huh. Okay. You guys look. Third week in a row. Spirit said the middle. And I was asking which side, left or right. Same card. We've gotten this card. This is our third week in a row. But what I'd like to show you is this. Without even reading what the cards say and without even, any of that, just look at the pictures, right? Look at the pictures. So before we get started, what I'm being told to tell you is, we are light workers. We are light beings, right? But we are also light warriors. We're light warriors. And oftentimes when we think of light workers and light beings and star seeds and indigos and all of these things, we think soft and passive and submissive, right? And not being afraid, but kind of mimicking someone who is, right? And what Spirit would like me to clear up, for those of you that feel that that is what it means to be a light worker, that is not the only aspect of light work. We're also warriors, right? We are strong. We are fierce. And I'm hearing things, Xena, the warrior princess, we are She-Ra, you know what I mean? Even WW, the female wrestlers, like we are called to be soft and gentle when the situation calls for it, but we also are being called to give ourselves permission to live in our warrior energy, right? And for those of you that are watching that are not, that don't identify as female, think He-Man, but we are also called to be warriors, and it is okay to stand up for what you believe in and to stand firm. Now, that doesn't mean, you go around and you argue with people or debate things, because here's the thing. We're not in the business of wasting our time or our energy or shifting the beliefs of someone else, right? Allow Spirit to guide you. You will know who you're guided to have a healthy debate with or an exchange of ideas or beliefs with, right? So it requires us to move out of ego because sometimes we feel like we know the truth. We've been exposed to truth, right? And it's our desire to have the whole world be exposed to truth. So it's about finding that balance between ego pushing us forward and spirit. So just let spirit guide you on everything. If someone is having a debate on social media or someone says something, just check in. Spirit, does it serve my highest good to have a conversation with this person or to share my beliefs with this person? And spirit will let you know. So that was like the first message that came through. So before we got into the cards, let's see what you all are saying. Hi, Michonne. Welcome. Welcome. Let's see. Diamond Green said, I don't know why. I love it when you hit the bottom of. Yes, it's me. It's time. LOL. You know what? It's so funny because I actually love it too. I just feel like there's some treat at the bottom. Whenever spirit tells me to go to the bottom, I feel like there's a treat there waiting. It just so I'm with you. I get um, my Aunt Linda said, I feel so much better today. Thank you, my Heavenly Father. I am so grateful. And you guys, really quick, can you all send both my Aunt Linda and my mom healing energy? If you can send them both healing energy, you'll notice my mom's not on today. She had a doctor's appointment today, but send her healing energy. I know that she's fine and that what they found is going to be nothing and it's going to be healed. Her healing is already claimed. She and I both have done it. But if you can send both her and my Aunt Linda healing energy, I would appreciate it so much. Let's see. Hi, Victoria. Diamond Cartel said bottom of the deck. It's still showing me a lot this reading. Oh, there goes that lag. I'll catch the replay, y'all. Have a great day. Okay, you left, beautiful. Michonne said hello, everyone at work, trying to sneak and tune in. Victoria said, light workers, spiritual warriors. Yes, yes, yes. Maria said, terrible service, but so thankful I'm here. I'm thankful you're here too. Okay, so listen, let me get into this message with you guys. It says, wise leader, you are a beacon for others. Okay, so listen, guys, we are all in our own ways, wise leaders and beacons for others. Spirit has been telling us for months now, right? I was going to say weeks, but for months now, how it's time for us to step into our role and serve, right? For all of us to find what we're here for and to begin living in that purpose. But sometimes it's human nature to doubt. I'm hearing our validity and our ability, right? Was it last week? It was a couple of weeks ago where we had the Ordinary People song. I believe I played it in RIM, but I also shared the song with you all here. And Spirit is reminding us to remember that Spirit's not looking for anyone extraordinary, right? Spirit is looking for the ordinary to do extraordinary things, right? We don't have to show up and be all this stuff that seems impossible to be. All we have to be is just us, right? Just us and our perfect imperfections, right? So it's time for you to put on your leader hat and to lead. I don't care if it is like a child down the street or your neighbor, or the person in the store. Spirit is saying the time is now. The time is now. There's no more waiting, right? We've talked about the writing the books. We've talked about the podcast. We've talked about the YouTube channels. Whatever you're called to do by Spirit to step into this light, it's time. And as I'm saying that, what Spirit is saying, the significance of being reminded that light work doesn't mean that you are this soft, gentle, soft-spoken all the time, right? Because that's not realistic, right? You may curse, you may burp, you may even fart on camera. And if that is what your body does, say, excuse me, and keep it moving, right? But Spirit is saying that you are being called to show up as you. You're being called to show up as you, your whole and authentic self, because that's who people are going to connect with. That's who they're going to relate with. That's who they're going to gravitate towards. And I'm talking about vibrationally, right? If you're showing up and you're showing up all put together and perfect, but vibrationally, that's not who you are or where you are. It doesn't matter what is in front of a person's eyes, because those you're called to serve, they're picking up on your vibes. So Spirit is saying, be you. Be you. In every sense of the way, be you, okay? So let's see what you all are saying. Diamond Green said, yes, I get super excited. Definitely. Yeah, when spirit is guiding me to leave, feel pressure to be more and do more. And I've been telling you all in REM lately how I had been struggling with this transitional period and how spirit has been having me withdraw. And just recently, the message that I received was, you're still a human being. I believe I shared it with you guys last week. You're a human being. So just as those that you serve are ascending and they're transitioning and they're experiencing different physical things associated with that, well, guess what? So are you. And it's okay, right? So that was the thing I was struggling with. And I finally chose to stop struggling, release it, and be in flow. So when you think in terms of leading, the only thing that's required is for you to be you, transparently you. That's it. Don't be afraid, ashamed, don't be hesitant. Allow spirit to guide you and just be you. That's it. Don't overthink it. I don't plan anything. I don't plan what we're going to do, except the only thing that's planned is we're going to breathe. I'm going to send you Reiki. We're calling in the highest light guides and our spirit squad. I'm pulling cards and we're going to enjoy each other, right? We're going to grow together. Other than that, there's no planning. So if I can give you one piece of advice when it comes to you stepping into this role as a wise leader, is to not overthink it. To be wise is to be connected to the divine, right? This is how we tap into our infinite source of divine wisdom, is by allowing ourselves to first connect and then to be guided. That's it. That's all it takes. Super easy, because we don't have to do anything except follow, trust, and follow, right? So let's see. Our next card is First Light. Look at that. What were we just talking about? Beginning a new cycle. Beginning a new cycle. So, as I'm saying this, you know what this is reminding me of? We just had that full moon in Pisces, that harvest moon, and I know so many of us did releases and welcomed in what we're manifesting, right? And that sun, which also looks like the moon, right? It just reminds me of when the sun comes up, And I don't know why I heard Annie singing in my head just now, but it reminds me of when the sun comes up, right? After the darkness comes the light, right? So Spirit is saying you are now ready for this new beginning. You're now ready. So don't allow yourself to be stopped or hindered by fear. Okay, think of fear like this. Fear would be like not allowing the sun to come up. And I don't mean like in places like Alaska where it stays dark for periods of time. I mean in places where it's normal and natural for the sun to come up. Wherever you are, if you're in a place where the sun comes up every day, what would happen if the sun failed to come up for a period of time? Things would die, people would become sick, animals would become sick. Everything will be altered in a way that creates chaos and confusion. So when you're afraid, you're stopping your sun from rising, right? And those people that become sick are those you're called to serve. They stay sick and you stay sick. So release the fear. The fear is that darkness, right? It comes, but it goes if you allow it. And when you allow it to go, then that sun comes up, right? It creates life. It creates warmth. It creates joy, right? It increases and rises the energy, right? So Spirit said to use that analogy today. So that's the one we're rolling with. But you're ready. Your new beginning, it is waiting on you to just allow it to take form. And this new beginning, it's your spiritual journey, right? Some of you have just ended a cycle. We're just talking about, closing cycles. I've shared how I've ended a major karmic cycle, right? It is talking about your physical journey. Now you're being called to step into better health. It is including your romantic journey, your business journey. Spirit is saying it's time to let it all go that's not serving you and allow that new beginning to come into play. So, also, what I'm being told to tell you is the way that you can strengthen yourself to be at a point where you feel better prepared to step into this newness because you are prepared. But sometimes we don't feel aligned with what we actually are, right? A lot of times that's how it happens. So, what Spirit is saying, in order for you to feel more aligned with where you are, focus on your solar plexus. Give your solar plexus energy. Whether you are a Reiki practitioner or not, we all have access to that divine energy, right? When we were at the Be Beautiful conference, I did a exercise with them, people that weren't Reiki trained, and I had them stand across from each other, where one person who doubted the fact that they could channel that energy with a person who felt sure they could. I had them send that person energy. The other person close their eyes, send them energy somewhere to their body, and then see if they can tell you where you're sending it. And they did every time. So whether you are trained or not, it's just Spirit is saying that doesn't matter. Okay. You don't have to be trained. You have access. So send yourself energy to your solar plexus and literally just allow your solar plexus, your power center, to be filled with that divine energy, that strength and that power. And every day tell yourself, I am courageous. I am powerful. I am a light worker. I am a light warrior. And I am here now ready to serve, right? Every day. And so it is. Just tell yourself that as you're giving your solar plexus that energy, that strength, that power, right? Also, Spirit is saying, heal your heart. By healing your heart, you will be more in flow with speaking your truth. You will be more aligned with your truth and more aware of what your truth actually is, right? Some of us are still holding on to what we feel our truth should be, what we were taught our truth was, or even what society places on us. So, Spirit is saying, number one, healing. And as I'm saying that, I'm feeling activity in my heart chakra, but Spirit is saying, number one, healing is necessary, right? Praying, meditating, being healthy, mind, body, and spirit, and then allowing yourself to really get connected with what your truth is. What does being a mother or a father mean to you? What does being a daughter or a son mean to you? What does being a light worker mean to you, right? Not what you've been told, taught, read, or heard. What does it mean to you? And then, whatever it means to you, what does it mean to be a wife or a husband to you, right? Allow yourself, give yourself permission to be that. So it requires you to disconnect distractions, right? Disconnect distractions, be one with yourself, one with your soul, and one with the divine, and really figure things out for yourself, because a lot of us are operating on what we've been taught. And sometimes what we've been taught, it's positive, right? It's not always rooted in trauma, right? Or rooted in subliminals that are attempting to alter us in a way that doesn't serve our highest good. Sometimes it's rooted in positivity. But if it doesn't resonate with your soul, then it's not positive at all. If you're acting or living in a way that's not resonating with you. So I always tell you, if I give you a way, I'm giving you the blueprint, right? There's no right or wrong way to do anything as long as you come from that space of highest light and love. So if I have a blueprint and my blueprint to build a house is the same as all of yours, we've talked about this before, our house is not going to be the same at all, at all. So this is what Spirit is saying. Learn you. Learn you. The more you get to know you, the stronger you'll feel in your ability to serve, right? Tune out the distractions is what keeps coming up. So let's see what you all are saying. My Aunt Linda said, thankfully, I have a spiritual family. I thank you for all the prayers. Oh, I'm so grateful. And you're so welcome. She's thanking all of us for the prayers, you guys. So we have Desert Passage. Trust there's a divine plan. Look at Spirit. So when we were just talking about not planning anything, right? Or stepping into our roles as leaders, right? Allowing this new beginning to come forth. Spirit is saying, trust in that plan. Trust that you are guided. Trust that you are cared for. Trust that you are protected, shielded, and carried, right? Now, what I'd like you to remember is that cliche saying, faith without works is dead. But here's the thing. also, right? It only takes you so far. And the reason why Spirit is saying this is because when the protection piece came up, you can trust that you are protected, but you must also be in action each day to protect yourself, right? You must also protect yourself every day, energetically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, right? So what I'm being told to tell you is to make sure you develop a healthy practice that includes self protection, because the stronger you become in your light, the bigger of a target you become. So, protection is of the utmost importance, right? Okay. What I'm being told to tell you is it's also important for you to know that you can remember the divine plan, right? Because you and your divine council of light, you all sat together or flew together or swam together or whatever the case was, and you discussed what you were going to be, what you were going to do, how you were going to do it, when you were going to do it. You discussed all of that and came up with this divine plan, right? So you have access to that memory. But know that you have access, believe in your ability to access, and then call on your guides to assist you with remembering, right? You can access anything that you choose to access. You don't have to seek guidance outside because the answers are within you. Okay, so listen, if we are one, right? You and I, we're one. We're all from the same source. We're all reflections of one another, right? And when we say that, we say it because it feels good to hear, it feels good to say, but really think about what that means, right? Being a reflection of someone else. So if you are a reflection of me and we are one, just like I'm able to tap into the divine and receive, you are too, right? You can do it too, but there's steps to it. First, I chose to heal. Then I chose to trust. Then I chose to surrender completely. Then I chose to have unwavering faith. Then, then, I chose to take action, right? And then I just repeat. I repeat. Now, if I skip any of those steps, my connection is not going to be as strong, right? It's just going to be reduced to just a gut feeling or intuition, right? So Spirit is saying now is the time for you to take those steps, whatever those steps look like for you, so that you can begin tapping in and receiving, right? Whenever you choose to. And not just tapping in and receiving, but in a way that you feel confident and trusting, right? So let's see what you all are saying. Cheryl said all of this is like a game or a test then. You know, Cheryl, I look at this journey that we're on as one test after another, you know, and if you choose to look at it as a game, that's great because well, it depends on how you view games. Me personally, if I think of a game, I'm thinking of something fun, I'm thinking of something positive. You know, I like to play board games. I love Uno, you know, I love to play Street Fighter, you know what I mean? So to me, the word game feels good. And so it's elevating my vibration, which helps me to be on this journey in a more elevated state, right? So if you choose to look at it that way, you can, but it definitely is one test after another because our whole purpose of being here is to experience what it's like to be a human being, right? To heal, to grow, to elevate, right? And to do good deeds for self and for the world, and then to teach the world to do the same. So before we can teach or serve or help others, we're being called to prove that we're ready, that we're equipped. We've used this analogy before. It's like a test. You know, if I were to go to school to be a teacher or to be an attorney or just to go to school, period, I have tests to indicate whether I'm ready for the next level. So we come here with spiritual amnesia, right? But when we do the healing and we put in the work and the effort and the maintenance, right? The time into ourselves and into our souls, then we begin to remember, right? We begin to remember. It becomes clear. So in a way, you can look at it like that. You can look at it like that. You know, someone in RIM a few years ago had posted a meme and or I think it was a video. I can't remember, but it was where a woman was like, basically saying, so you like me to figure out the messages, you like me to do this, do that. And the question was like, well, why can't it just be clear and plain, right? Well, it becomes clear and plain. It does. It becomes clear and plain the more you stay at it, right? But sometimes even you guys see some of the analogy Spirit gives me. I'm like, okay, Spirit, where are we going with this? And then once it's said, it's been like this drawn out analogy. I'm like, okay, we probably could have said it an easier way, but hey, it is what it is, right? So let's see what you're saying. Um, oh, okay. A game to you is sort of a challenge. Yeah. And see, for me, it's the opposite. It's like something that's fun, right? It's fun. So I would say shift how you view it, right? Because it really does get easy. When you go through your healing, it gets easy. You become more self aware. And the more self aware you are, the easier it gets. So it's like in the beginning, I'd experience a test, right? And I'm going to exaggerate a bit and say it was like the end of the world, right? And then the more I became familiar and the more aligned I began to recognize when I was in a test. And then it was like, oh, you're testing me again. Okay, I'm passing this test, right? So shift how you view it, and then how you overcome it will shift too. It'll shift too. A lot that said we're test wing all the time. It's how to deal with, it's how we deal with and what we learn from it. I found that I have gone through some of the same crap until I understand. And it's true. It's true. Right. Yes, a challenge can be fun, right? It really can be. And when you think of what your reward is after this challenge, right? That's what makes it fun. So it's to the point now where I do get excited when I'm in a test because I know that I'm passing the test. I'm passing the test. Like there's no question. I'm passing it because that's what I do, right? That's my stance on it all the time. And so I get excited because after you pass, it's like when you go to the doctor and you get a shot and your mom would take you for ice cream or you get a sucker and a sticker or all three, you get excited. It's like, okay, it's a shot, but ooh, I get ice cream and a sucker and a sticker, right? It kind of overshadows the fact that you're in a test when you are excited about the outcome. And this excitement helps you to overcome it even quicker, right? So yeah, it's really about what we do when we're there. It really is. But like Alatha said, we will continue to be tested. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and move to this card. This is our last card, but how many times have we gotten this card? So a star mother, how can you mother yourself? How can you mother yourself? You guys remember when we had Self-Love Saturday, right? Well, we may not have Self-Love Saturday coined anymore where we're actually saying, oh, hey, today is Self-Love Saturday, pamper yourself, mother yourself, love on yourself. But Spirit is saying for you to at least dedicate a day to you just mothering you, loving you. I mean, like a full day where you just cut everything out as much as you can, because I know life may not allow you to just be like, you know what? I'm a child today. I'm not doing any adulting at all whatsoever, right? You may not have that ability to just do it for a full day, but as much as you can, at least a day. Now, mothering yourself is something that serves your highest good to do every day. Always connecting with your inner child. When you say your declarations in the morning, talk to your inner child as well. Like address your inner child specifically so that your inner child knows, okay, he or she isn't just saying this to better them. They're actually talking to me. They're acknowledging me, right? They're paying me attention. They're serving me, right? But Spirit is saying this is going to keep coming up until we get it. Some of you are still neglecting yourselves. You're still neglecting yourselves. And Spirit is saying it's time to stop. It's time to stop. Because what you do as a leader and as a light worker, you nurture. You nurture, right? You nurture. In a way, you mother or you father, right? So here's the thing. We always talk about how it starts with self. So if you're not mothering yourself or nurturing yourself or pouring into yourself, Spirit is saying you're ready, but here's that last component that Spirit is saying, improve, right? Because when you start serving and leading and guiding and the deeper it gets, those boundaries must be in place, right? And a child that has been nurtured and loved and shown their value and their worth, they tend to have great boundaries. Those are the children that don't easily fall into peer pressure or, follow the crowd and do things that don't serve them, right? Because they think too highly of themselves. But the children that aren't being nurtured and loved and mothered or fathered or parented, right? They tend to be the ones that are easily influenced and that look for love and those feelings outside, right? In unhealthy ways. So Spirit is saying, not only does this equip you to serve deeper, but it also is a part of your protection. It's a part of your protection, believe it or not. And when I'm saying this, I mean like spiritual protection, your spiritual protection. The stronger you are inside out, mind, body, soul, your adult self and your inner child, the stronger your protection has the potential to be. So that's pretty powerful. Thank you, Spirit. So a lot that said like that dream I had about riding on the wrong side of traffic. And suddenly I have this dream where I didn't allow myself to stay on the wrong side. I meant we are tested. Michonne said, I hate tests. I love the reward of passing it. Okay, so here's the thing, Michonne. I'm going to challenge you to shift that hating tests, right? Because anything that is low vibrating or negative that's associated with any aspect of your journey, even if you love the results of passing it, you're still bringing in that energy. So you're not going to reap the rewards to the greatest potential that you can. So if you can shift it, because listen, I was someone that hated tests too. I did. I despised them. Now I'm excited when I'm tested, right? So if you can shift that and become excited, let that love for the reward of passing bring excitement to the test. And I kid you not, the tests are not bad once that happens. And when I say bad, I mean, they're never bad, right? But I mean, they don't feel bad. Now you're just like, I remember you guys, those of you that have been following, you remember the story I told you, the time when I missed my flight when I was visiting here, because the time zone is different. So it shows me both time zones on my calendar, my phone, right? When I'm in Washington, it showed me that. And then when I'm here, it's different. So totally missed my flight. And because it was a no call, no show, I didn't have a credit. And so literally, I ended up spending at least $1,000. I believe it was more additional just from mishaps, right? In the past, I would have been, oh my goodness, I could have did so much with that money. I could have did this. I could have did that. Oh, woe is me, right? But instead, I was actually walking through that airport. I was on the phone with my mom. I was smiling. I was humming. I was like, I am so happy because you know what? This is a test. And what this means is I'm about to get blessed. Every test comes with a blessing. Right? So I was just excited. And I actually said, you gonna have to come harder than that, Spirit. And I was like, wait, no, never mind. I'm just joking. No, don't come harder. Because these tests they're easy now. Keep it like this, right? So that excitement helped me to get through the test quicker and to reap the blessings quicker. So Alatha said 11:10. Cheryl said, can we elaborate on the nightcap video where you talked about the world is your oyster, tapping into your power? Yes. So is there a specific question that you have on that? Because the world being your oyster means that you are able to create your reality. You are able to bring whatever you desire and you choose into your current existence, right? But tapping into your power is healing. It's releasing, it's connecting with the divine, it's meditating, it's praying, right? It's believing in yourself, believing in who you are as a spiritual being, right? If you can begin connecting deeper to your soul as opposed to your flesh, you will be able to realize how powerful you are, right? Because if we think about a soul and a soul's journey and what a soul is, right? A soul is nothing short of divine. But when we get caught up in this flesh suit and we see ourselves only as these human beings, then it keeps us a little stuck and disconnected from our power, right? So tapping into your power is really you just knowing that you are powerful, You can create anything, right? You can bring anything to you and you can push anything away. So if there's anything that's in your midst that's low vibrating, that's not serving you, that makes you feel yucky inside, that's creating an existence that feels yucky, you can, I rebuke thee, Satan. I rebuke you, Satan. Well, that's what you're doing with those experiences, those feelings. Rebuke them, remove them from your life, and don't give it energy. Focus on what you'd rather have. What would you rather have, right? If whatever you're experiencing now is not bringing you joy, it's not bringing you peace, it's not creating balance, don't talk about it, don't speak about it. Every time you think about it, shift it to what you'd rather have. What would you rather have? Focus on that, right? That's being in your power. That's being in your power. Let me know if that answered your question or was the elaboration that you were seeking. Tia Lynn said 11:11, but an error occurred with my video. Maria said, "You're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much." And I just said, we're reflections of each other. So I appreciate it. I appreciate being that reflection of you. Cheryl said, my phone is at 73% and the time is 1:11. Awesome. Spirit is coming through. And listen, okay, look, you see that? You see how we talked about the messages, right? The messages the spirit will keep giving until we get it. So I'm sitting here like everybody's talking about 11:11. We all know what 11:11 is my thought, right? And spirit is telling you all to keep telling me 11:11 because spirit's saying no, not everybody knows what 11:11 is. Nahkila, stop it. Get the hint. Give the message, right? So right now, what spirit is reminding us of as we're talking about being tapped into our power, as we're talking about, trusting that there's a divine plan, is that 11:11 represents our ability to speak it into existence, to think it into existence. But here's something that I'd like to share with you guys. So oftentimes we talk about the law of attraction, right? I mean, this is really what life is about. We're always in the law of attraction, whether we're attracting high vibrational experiences or low ones, right? We're still operating within the law of attraction, whether we're consciously aware of it or not. It's just a fact, right? So what spirit is telling me to tell you is as we go deeper into the law of attraction and our ability to create, right? 11:11 makes it more powerful. It's a boost. It's like straight from our ears or straight from our mouths or our minds, our hearts to the divine, right? Spirit is saying that out of everything we do, the visualization, the belief, the words, there's feeling, right? There's feeling. If I were to say, I am so excited and grateful that everything that happens in my life serves my highest good. I am so excited and grateful that everything that happens in my life serves my highest good. And so it is. Okay. And I'm seeing myself as I'm saying that with everything serving my highest good. I might experience that some of the time, but when I feel it, like I can see it so vividly. It's like I'm in that experience and I am so excited and grateful that everything that happens in my life serves my highest good, right? I feel that excitement. I feel that gratitude, right? I feel the joy of knowing, trusting, and believing that everything that happens in my life serves my highest good. And so it is. And look, I don't know if you can see, I have chills now because I truly feel that. I feel that with every fiber of my being, right? Out of everything we do to manifest, feeling is the most important. And I don't know if y'all can see it. Can you see those chill bumps? I still have them because I'm feeling it. I feel it, right? So, however you're feeling in the now, if it's not how you'd like to feel, begin feeling how you'd rather feel, right? And listen, this may sound strange, what I'm about to say to you, but if you are someone that has a difficult time feeling, right? Feeling, number one, some heart chakra healing would be great. And number two, find a free or cheap acting class, okay? Listen, It may sound strange, but if you are someone that has a difficult time feeling, take an acting class. Do it for fun so you can learn how to act like you're choosing, right? And then the more you practice acting like what you're choosing, the more natural it becomes, right? The more natural it becomes. So for me, I'm a Pisces. I'm so dramatic and all that stuff that it's so easy for me to see it and feel it and imagine it. So let's see what y'all are saying. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I'm so grateful, Maria. Yes, Maria. Cheryl said I need to meditate more. And Maria said you are choosing to meditate more. Yes. And it serves my highest good to meditate more, right? It serves my highest good to meditate more. I am choosing to meditate more because it serves my highest good to meditate more. And meditating more comes easily and effortlessly for me, right? It's a gift that I give to myself that falls in alignment with mothering myself, right? It's a gift that I give to myself. So then it becomes easy. The power of the mind is so strong, right? We oftentimes hear things. We hear things all the time. But how often do we like stop and really marinate on what we're hearing or saying, right? And feeling it, right? How many times do we do that? Spirit is saying, do that more. Because there's so many things that we say that have such a deeper meaning that we say it so often, it's just a cliche thing to say, right? But yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. So let's see. Our next card is Warrior Woe Man. Okay. And you guys, there's 9 people on right now. We have 9 thumbs ups. So 9 and 9. Number 1, Spirit is saying, look up the number 9. But it's also 18, which breaks down to 9. So for those of you that feel led to look up 18, look up 18. But for everyone, Spirit is saying, look up the number 9. So Warrior Woe Man, and I'm saying Woe Man because I'm addressing the women and the men. It says, have you answered your deepest calling? If you aren't sure, this is one thing you know for sure. You're a beacon for others. Now, the details of it are going to vary from light worker / warrior to light worker / warrior. But the one thing you know for sure is that you are a beacon for others. Think about everything you've experienced, everything you've gone through, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. And think of all you've overcome and all you're overcoming. It was a purpose in it. And you've been a warrior your entire life. One series of overcoming after another, right? You overcame the test of being born, right? You overcame the test of learning how to suckle. You overcame the test of learning how to crawl, how to walk, right? You overcame the test of kindergarten, junior high and high school, adulthood. Think of all these milestones. And these are just the mild ones that we all go through. But up in between there, sprinkled in, you've overcome some traumas and some pains and some letdowns and some disappointments, right? You've overcome so much. And it's because you're a beacon for others. You've been studying your purpose since your birth, right? Yes, you were physically born into this flesh suit, right? So you're an expert on what it is to be born. So as we go on our journey of healing, what we're doing is we're being reborn. We're being reborn. And then we learn how to suckle. We learn how to be fed by the divine, right? We learn how to be nurtured by the divine. We learn how to crawl in our journey of light. We learn how to walk, right? And then we jog, and Spirit's like, don't run too fast so you can enjoy the scenery and soak it all in, right? But we overcome so much because we are becoming experts in what we have been called to do. And that's just to be a beacon of light showing others that it is possible to heal. It is possible to release. It is possible to be reborn. It is possible to elevate and grow. And it is possible to be in your power and attract all that you desire and truly deserve. It's possible to really know you, not what society says you are, to know who you are on a soul level. And not just to know you, but to love you fearlessly, confidently, securely love you, right? Let's see what you all are saying. Hi, Karen. Welcome from Europe. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. I believe this is your first time on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My beautiful Aunt Linda said, while I was listening to your wonderful and blessed words, I'm busy cleaning and feeling very good. My little one, your gift that you are blessed to send out so much love and inspiration to others. Well, I thank you so much. I'm not gonna cry because it means a lot. It means a lot to me. A lot that left me a message, and it just means a lot to me. And coming from a family member that has known me before I even knew myself, right? It just means a lot because you've witnessed my highs, my lows, or let's say my lows before my highs. You've witnessed me in my stages that I'm speaking of right now, and I appreciate you. I appreciate all you've done and how you've been there for me on my journey. And I'm just grateful to be your niece. So thank you. Thank you so much. And yes, yes, yes. Let's see. We have dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Okay, so here's what I like to say to you all. We've gotten this card before too. You guys see how good my memory is getting? You guys remember when I couldn't remember my name? If it wasn't my name for 42 years? But listen, that starts to increase too with the shift. And before I get into this, let me explain this to you. As you're on your journey of ascension, right? And the more deeper you connect with spirit, your own brain and mind and thought process, it starts to feel like jelly. Like you start to feel so unintelligent, right? Because you're getting your legs. Think of Bambi. You guys remember Bambi and when Bambi first started walking in that forest and how Bambi's legs weren't working properly. So when you first start to connect and you really start to allow the divine to guide you, it's like it's difficult to stay in that worldly space of intelligence and be in that spiritual space of divine wisdom, right? So your brain starts to feel like it's just not working properly. I'm telling you from personal experience. So if you experience it, no, it's normal, right? But then the more you get used to it and the more you practice being in both realms, then the stronger they both get. So I found it exciting after a while when I realized my brain was mush and I was told by spirit the reason for it because it was just like, oh, okay, great. Because that means I'm connected. Woo. So just so you know. Okay, so back to this. Okay, so do something to change your energy. So again, we're talking about that self-love, right? Spirit is saying for a lot of us, treat yourself to a massage. Treat yourself to a day in the park where you just take your shoes off, you ground, you relax. Treat yourself to a float session. Some of you, one of you may have been considering that. Linda, is that you? Treat yourself to a float session. If you've been considering it, do it. Also, what I'm being told to tell you is literally dance, move that energy around. If you start okay, I'm not going to shake my shimmy for y'all, but if you start bouncing and moving, that energy that's stuck, like already I feel better. Like just do it, do it right now, whatever you are, wherever you are, just move and bounce and just like break up that energy, right? Just move it around. And then stop. You feel all that vibration that's happening, that tingling. But do you also feel how clear things feel now? So movement is good, right? Movement is good. So for some of you, doing something to change your energy may be a salsa class. And it doesn't have to be ongoing. It may be something you find on Groupon. You may decide to do it. It may be a pole dancing class. It may be going outside, throwing the football or shooting some hoop. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, Spirit is saying find new and creative ways to shift your energy. right? To shift your energy, because so often we get caught up in, okay, here we are again, breaking down these limiting beliefs of what it is to be a light worker. So it's just about meditating. It's just about praying. It's just about wusa, nam yo renge kyo. And Spirit is saying it's about that, but it's also about other stuff too, like moving, dancing, whether you put on classical music or trap music, it does not matter. Just move, right? Spirit is saying finding creative ways. When we're talking about doing what is authentic to your soul, what does your soul enjoy, right? Because on this journey, if you aren't enjoying yourself, you're not going to be motivated to stay the course. Spirit would never set you up for failure, right? Never. So Spirit is saying, you've been granted permission to do what feels good on a soul level, as long as you're not doing harm to yourself or anyone else, right? So now Spirit is saying, get in touch with what that looks like for you. You're not meant to be following the crowd. You're what? You're a wise leader. You're a beacon. So we were all experiencing this light journey exactly the same, what fun would that be? Right? We're not the same. So our journey's not going to be the same. And Spirit is encouraging you to figure you out and be okay with being you. Being you. There's no right, there's no wrong. As long as your intentions come from the purest place of highest light and love, as long as it feels good to you on a soul level, and as long as you're not harming yourself or others, and others that does include animals, then you're good. And insects, then you're good. So let's see what you all are saying. Karen said, yes, I have to do that. Sorry, my English writing is not so good. Your English is great. I understood everything that you're saying. And what I'd encourage you to do is cancel, delete. I have to, right? I'm choosing to. When we're speaking of vibrational frequency, our words carry power. So we say, oh, I have to. It feels like a chore. But if I choose to, it just feels better vibrationally. And Karen, since you're new to the channel, in the description box, there is a free interactive ebook. Everything starts with remembering. And for those of you that aren't new, that haven't downloaded it, make sure you do, because there's the lack language versus abundance language list that's in there. Now, I created this when I first started my business in 2016. So it may seem like it's at the beginning, which is fine because some people are entering at the beginning, but that lack language versus abundance language list is why I still offer that as a free gift. So make sure you check it out. Karen said, crying over here. Happy tears, or are you crying laughing? My Aunt Linda said, Richard Simmons, Dance to the Oldies. Yes. Oh my goodness. So you guys, do you remember when I told you my mom and I were doing Richard Simmons Dancing to the Oldies? Well, I have that. And as soon as I get moved into my place, in between working out with my trainer, I will be doing it. And it's such simple movement, but it works. It works. Nowadays, what's all that PX90 and Rip and all that stuff they have us doing where we feel like we dying, you know what I mean? That's not fun to me. I mean, I know some people are into that, and if you are, more power to you. My hat is off, but I am not into that. Let me just put on some Richard Simmons, Sweating Down to the Oldies, where I'm doing the twist, okay? And that's it, sweating to the twist, okay? That's good enough for me. But whatever it looks like for you, moving is good. Moving is good. And for those of you that are psychic mediums, it's really a great idea after you deliver your messages or you work with someone, not only to cut the energy and toss it, even if you're not a psychic and you encounter someone that's dumping on you or they're, speaking their truth. Okay, thank you for that, Spirit. And they are vibrating low. Number one, cover your solar plexus. Let me show you where it is for those of you that aren't aware. I oftentimes sit like this. If someone's talking to me and they're sharing with me and they're sharing like what they're going through or experiencing, or, and it's not that they're being negative, but it's just low vibrating. It's automatic. I just do this because I'm protecting my solar plexus, right? So stand like this or sit like this when they're talking. You can do it more subtle, but then after, cut the energy, go all the way down your body and toss it, right? Okay, but for those of you, okay, those of you that are psychic mediums that deliver messages in between your sessions, or life coaches or mentors, get up and move, right? Disconnect and then get up and move. So you're shaking off that energy and you're not allowing their energy to integrate with your own. Also, I was thanking Spirit because last night Spirit gave me a message to share with you all. And the word truth triggered the memory. And so basically, what I was being told to tell you was, you don't have to accept another person's truth as your own, right? You are being called to understand that a person's perception is their reality, right? We are not here to say that is not true, that did not happen, that is not the case. Their perception is their reality. Therefore, it is real for them. We are called to respect that, right? Now, this is talking about how others view you in addition to however else you take this. But you do not have to accept a person's truth as your own. When you're on this journey, this spiritual journey, oftentimes you'll find yourself feeling a bit confused. Like, you don't always know, am I coming or going? Like, you'll feel so connected and so aligned. And then all of a sudden you'll just kind of be like, okay, wait, like, am I doing this right? You'll just start to question. And this is an indication when it's time for you to take a step back, disconnect, be one with yourself, one with the divine, right? So you can come back to center, because after a while, you're taking on so much, you just get kind of confused. What's my energy and what's all the energy I've been taking on, right? And so people are on their journey just as you are, and they may have triggers that may have something to do with you and may not. And they may perceive you to be a certain way, and this is their truth. But Spirit is saying, don't accept it as yours, right? As long as you know that you are taking care of yourself, mind, body, and soul, that you are trusting in the divine, you have totally surrendered, you have unwavering faith, you are taking action based on the guidance that you receive, and those that know and love you, the Spirit has placed in your midst to say, hey, something's off with you. Have you meditated lately? Have you connected lately? Well, then you know you are good. This is how you know that you're on the right track. When you trust, surrender, have unwavering faith, and you act based on the guidance you receive. Not everyone is going to understand. Not everyone is going to resonate. Not everyone is going to connect. But you know that you're doing what you've been guided to do. So as you step into your role as wise leader, right? It's important for you to stand firm in who you are. Stand firm in your connection to the divine. Because so many people, whether they're high vibrating, low vibrating, or somewhere in between, will be used to knock you off track. But don't allow it. Don't allow it. And you can be strong and firm and still humble, right? Still humble. Have that you can't tell me nothing attitude when it comes to your choices when the divine is guiding them, right? Now, when the divine is guiding them, because if the divine's not guiding them, then, it's a different story, right? And that you can't tell me nothing. I don't mean you can't learn, because we learn from every experience, every person, young, old, somewhere in between, right? We learn from everything and everyone. However, when Spirit is guiding you, don't waver. Don't waver. It doesn't matter if the whole world is against you. We're just going to use the story of Noah. That story that we all know, right? Everybody thought Noah was crazy. So that's the message that I have for you. Let's see. Cheryl said, I can ask spirit a question and say, if the answer is yes, then show me something that I don't usually see, like a purple banana. I kid you not, I'll see that purple banana within a day or two. Yes. Okay, Cheryl, it's so amazing. So, and you guys can all do this test, right? Let's do this as one of our new challenges. You guys know we haven't done one in a while. So what I'd like you to do is set the intention that you will see something that you will not normally see. Just set the intention. Spirit, divine, the universe, most high, Ra, Jah, whatever you call your highest source of power, of love and light, communicate and select what you're choosing to see. And on next Wednesday Live and Power Hour, let me know what you saw, what you selected, and what you saw. Okay. You can even select what you're going to see now and then leave it in the comments because, I did that. Years ago, I can't remember what book I was reading, and there was a challenge where you select something, and I selected, I believe it was like a yellow butterfly and pink hearts. Right? It wasn't near Valentine's Day or anything. I ended up seeing it on my news feed on social media, but usually when you see hearts, they're red. So yeah, it was pretty amazing. But yeah, another thing that I do. To receive when I'm using my cards, of course, sometimes I'll just ask in spirit talks. I do it that way. But sometimes I'm so connected to it that I'm like, okay, spirit, wait, let's just calm down a minute. And I'll use my cards because there's no misconstruing that, right? This only happens when I'm doing it for myself and I'm so connected. So what I'll do is I'll ask spirit to let the number 3 be my yes, the number 2 be my no. Also, so this means like if the cards equal 3 or multiples of 3, or if they equal 2 or multiples of 2. But another thing you can do is use your body as a pendulum, right? So what you do is you'll stand there, you'll take some deep breaths and just kind of relax and calm yourself. And you'll stand there and then you will say, my name is Todd, like just some random name that you don't even know. You can even say, my name is Broccoli, my name is Todd, my name is Todd, my name is Todd. You say it over and over again and pay attention to which way your body sways. My name is Todd, my name is Todd, my name is Todd. And then however your body sways, that's your no, right? And then you clear the energy and then you state your actual name. My name is Cheryl, or my name is Nahkila, or my name is Alatha, or Karen, and then however your body sways, that's your yes. So then you can take those deep breaths, cancel that energy, take those deep breaths, and then ask the question. Make sure you're asking it with abundance language. Does it serve my highest good? And then whatever the question is, right? Or is so-and-so, or whatever the question is, right? And then just pay attention to how your body sways. And as you're doing it, just deep breathe so there's no thought. And then you'll get your yes or no answer like that. Your body is one big antenna that's connected to the divine. It's just about learning how to use it, right? Learning how to use it. So let's see. Alada said, Cheryl, that's funny to me. I believe you. I know exactly what you're saying. Karen said, everybody have his own time of growing. Yes, we do. We all grow at different pace. And this is also another why it's so important to not accept someone else's perception of your own, because just like they don't know what you're experiencing, you don't know what they're experiencing and what's causing them to believe this about you, right? We don't know. And it's not for us to figure out. A spirit tells us, great. But we have enough to figure out within ourselves to be sitting there fumbling around, twiddling our thumbs, attempting to figure out what someone else is going through that's making them feel what they're feeling, right? It's just release it with love and light, and just continue to be your beautiful, loving self. And they'll either come around and they'll see you for who you are, or they won't. And that's okay. Because those you're called to serve, they'll feel you. They'll feel you. So let's see. Cheryl said, I am so serious a lot. I'd be like, I need to do this more often. Well, cancel, delete, need. It serves your highest good. Alada said, I recently posted something similar, except that you may be the bad guy in someone's story and it's their perception. Just move on. So true and incredible. It's so true. Karen said, I am. Michonne said, I love that challenge. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Alada said, don't use your stripper name, y'all. Well, listen, it can't be associated to you at all. It has to be a random name of someone you don't even know. Okay, so let's see. Cheryl said we all need to do that challenge. Everyone, it probably blow your mind. It serves our highest good, you guys, to do that challenge. It will. It definitely will. Alana said, I'm in. Alana's laughing. So that is the message that we got. Okay. So Spirit is saying to pull one from the love deck, and for anyone that is interested in, you know what, you guys, I don't even know if my I don't even, okay, something is not right here. I turned the alarm on because we're at 2:45. Look, my son just texted me and asked me, am I on my way? Um, we're at 2:45. So I am able to do one mini reading today for $20. So if someone is interested in the mini reading, let me know now and I will wait because 3 o'clock is the time that I leave so I can make it on time. Let's see. Karen said, want to say so much, but my English. Well, you know what? Just say away. Say away. We will figure it out together. And if we can't figure it out, you can clarify for us. Do not allow your English to stop you. Don't allow that to be an obstacle. Yes, Cheryl said, just do it anyway. Alata said, I just want to stop and say thank you for serving us unconditionally in all your truths and devotion. Thank you so much, Alata. I appreciate you and I love you. Karen said, don't have PayPal. You know what? I'm glad you said that because a lot of people don't have PayPal. There's a link in our videos for Cashapp. And then also, maybe what I'll do is ask my VA to create a link for Stripe that can also be used, the system that I use on my website when we do this, because thank you. That I love how Spirit always brings awareness where there may not be any, because I just, thought everybody had PayPal until you said that. So what'd you oh, I didn't see it, but thank you so much, Alata. That you guys, when I hear things like that, it really feels good. Although when you don't serve for praise, you don't serve for accolades, you do it from your heart and from your soul, but it feels good to know that it's making a difference. And that gratitude lets you know that. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet. Karen Alapta says she's willing to pay for you. And you can send it back via Zelle or Cash App if you have it. That's so sweet. Well, I will let you two figure that out, how it would come back to you, Alapta. Cheryl said PayPal is easy to set up and very convenient. Karen said I have ING bank account. So the way that would work, if I were to use my the same system I use on my website, it would be you would use whatever your debit card is or your credit card is, and it doesn't show me your credit card, but you're able to make the payment that way. So yeah. I'll set that up because outside of this setting, the one question recorded reading, it's actually $5 more, but when we do it in this setting, it's $20. So yeah, and you know what? I believe this is Spirit telling you to join us next Wednesday, and by then either you'll have a PayPal set up or I'll have that set up, and then you can have your reading then. Oh, that's so sweet. Karen said, Alata said, Karen, ask your question. I'll gift you the message. I'm doing it now. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So Karen, yeah, Alata's gifting you the reading. So what is your question? Leave it in the comments for me. Okay. Thank you, Spirit, for reminding me. Okay, you guys, really quick. I apologize. Normally I turn it off, but I was using the alarm. My mom had an appointment. She hung up, so that's Spirit letting me know it's okay. I'll call her after. So yeah, what Spirit was saying though was to pull one card from this deck. Okay, Spirit said take the one on top. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Okay, so here's the thing. When I pulled this card, right? What I was saying to you guys earlier was you can determine whether it's dealing in love or whether it's more of your growth journey, right? And I don't even know if I vocalized the thought. I believe I got distracted, but that was the thought that I was saying when Spirit was telling me what deck to choose from. And so, what I'm being told to tell you is that some of you may be on the fence or questioning or wondering if this is where you're called to be. And Spirit is saying, yes, this is your soulmate. And this is in relation to those of you that have been curious about REM. Now, some of you, you're actually in a love situation, and Spirit is saying, yes, this is a soulmate. Some of you, it's meant to be a forever mate, and some of you, it's meant to be a mate that helps your soul journey into the next level of your ascension. And it's not going to be a forever mate. And also, for some of you, Spirit is saying you are your soulmate. So it's time for you to love on you and get to know you the way you would someone that you were pursuing or courting. Yes, they use that old word, courting. I'm just hearing whatever the case may be, the more you allow yourself to know, the more you will know. Think about that. The more you allow yourself to know, the more you will know. Okay. So that was the final message for us collectively. So, Karen, Cheryl said, look up some YouTube videos on how to set up a PayPal. So that would be good to do before next week. Karen said, I have depression after Osaka ceremony of maybe a transformation. Thank you, Alata. Cheryl said you're a sweetheart. Okay, so are you I'm not familiar with what that ceremony is. So are you asking if depression is a result of a particular ceremony that you experienced? Okay, so I'm just going to give you what Spirit is giving me. I'm being told to tell you your depression is rooted in the fact that your soul is ready to evolve. Your soul is ready to grow and elevate. And you're keeping yourself stuck and stagnant in your current existence, your current reality. And the depression is a signal that something isn't right. And it's coming through like, we have pain, right? And that pain lets us know that something's off with our body. We have physical pain. And then we know, oh, let me go to the doctor or let me go to the herbalist, right? Let me get this checked and let me get it cured, right? So depression is that emotional component that's showing you that something is off or that's not right on a soul level. And what Spirit is saying, and I'm feeling heart chakra stuff for you really strong right now, like really, really strong. So what Spirit is saying for you, it's your soul letting you know it's time for you to elevate to the next level. Whatever this heart chakra pain is that I'm feeling, Spirit is saying it's time to heal it. It's time to heal it. It's time to let it go. It's time to release it. And it's time for you to pour more into yourself. You've been giving a lot of you to others. You're that bend over backwards type of person, but you tend to stand straight up, upright with you. And when I'm doing this, like my back, my spine, it's like painful almost. My shoulders are uncomfortable. Like there's no bend over backwards when it comes to you for yourself. So Spirit is saying that when you choose to take the next step in your journey, when you choose to heal that heart chakra stuff you've got going on, and when you choose to stop being the bend over backwards person for everyone else and start to be that bend over backwards person for you, the depression will subside. For now, it's about you healing through meditation until you're ready to take a deeper method towards healing. Okay, and let me see what you're saying. Oh, Cheryl said it's a plant. Karen said, yes, true. So, with this tea, this ceremony, so after your ceremony, what changes have you made, right? Because if you were involved in a ceremony that was meant to help you to release and cleanse, then the next step would have been you going into a different space of your journey, right? So if you have gone through this ceremony, but I'm hearing you have allowed fear or even your commitment and dedication to bending over backwards for others hinder you from growing. Again, you're not aligned with where your soul is choosing to be. It's like you were aligned, you said yes, you decided to go, you went through this process, but then you just kind of stayed where you were, right? So it's not okay, listen, let me just say this disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. If anyone is dealing with depression or any medical thing, I am never going to tell you not to seek assistance from a medical professional that you feel comfortable with. Okay, disclaimer, right? Just saying that because there is a thing called legal stuff, right? But what I'm being told, your depression is not stemming from like a chemical imbalance. It's not stemming from that. It's stemming from a spiritual imbalance, an energetic imbalance, where you aren't moving at the pace that you agreed to move at with your soul, right? That's what I'm receiving for you. I'm going to pull a card for you too. Let me see what you are saying. Hey, Phyllis, welcome. Karen said, yes, a lot came after the ceremony. No, you better than a doctor. Personally, I'm not really into doctors, but, I say the disclaimer because, you know, we live in a world and there's things called legal stuff and all that stuff. But, so I give the disclaimer. But me on my personal situations, I prefer the natural way. That's just me. It says Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So this is just confirming that your soul is ready. That message today that we all received, I'm pretty sure it resonated with you because Spirit is telling you it's time, right? So you've gone through this ceremony, but I'm hearing you're not moving. Your movement is lacking. And Spirit is saying it's not a bad thing. It's not in a bad way. Like Spirit's not saying you've done anything wrong. Spirit is just saying you aren't aware. And so now you're being made aware, right? So what's the next step now? Not waiting for the perfect moment because now is the perfect moment. Now is the only real moment that we have. So Spirit is saying when you were a part of this ceremony, what was your intention? To heal, to cleanse, to release. Well, after you do that, then what's next, right? And if you aren't sure yourself personally, connect and ask for guidance on what's next. Okay, and here you are getting it. It's about you serving. It's about you stepping into your purpose and your calling and being all that you came here to be. When you are living in the light of truth, depression will be gone. And before we that is the message that I received for you. Please let me know how it resonated. I like to share something with you, and I've shared this before with our community. when I started this journey, I was going through a really, really, really low point in my life, and I was so depressed that the only reason why I was still alive was because I was a mother, right? And I asked Spirit what was my purpose, and Spirit told me. I heard life coaching at the time. It's since evolved to much more, but the moment that I healed, and the moment that I began living my purpose, gone, never to return, gone. Now, that's not to say that on your journey you won't have moments where you feel sadness, right? But you'll know the difference. You'll know the difference because again, when you're taking on the energy of others, it's about being able to decipher what's my energy and what's not mine, and having ways to release it and heal it, right? So yeah, you're being called to really, really, really step into who you agreed to be. And it'll go away. It'll go away. Karen or Cheryl said, "You're beautiful too, Karen, and you're welcome." Oh, um, Karen said, "Resonates so much. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful." Oh, only Diamond said it resonated. Beautiful message. Well, I'm glad. And this is an example of how we're one and the same because that we're actually at the end of our Empower Hour, but that was Karen's personal message. But you know what? Often when I'm on lives with other psychics that are doing personal readings, I find that a lot of their messages resonate with me too. But only Diamonds and Phyllis, since you guys came in late, if you feel led to do so, please make sure you catch the replay, okay? Oh, thank you so much, Karen. And thank you all so much. Alatha, thank you. Cheryl, thank you. And Mishan, thank you. Just all of you. Maria, thank you, thank you, thank you. The diamonds, I don't know how many diamonds are still on. Thank you. And if I didn't say your name, it's not because I'm not grateful that you are here. My Aunt Linda, thank you. My Aunt Rachel, I believe she left a while ago, but just thank you. Thank you all so much for allowing me to serve you and for showing up. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So next week, we'll still be here. I'll still be picking my son up. So we'll see how much time we have to do the mini readings after. But again, for those of you that are interested in a quick reading on my website, I do have the one question recorded reading for $25. So you can go on the website and check that out. The links are in the description box. And if you'd like a personal virtual face-to-face reading, you can also check the link in the description box and schedule with me or one of the other amazing readers on my team. Okay. But thank you again. I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. And please remember to send prayers to my Aunt Linda and my mom. I appreciate you. Love you. Talk to you soon.